The city's construction has begun. So far, things are coming along nicely.
Everyone, clear the streets and go home. Let the king's soldiers deal with this. Back away, citizen. We have enough to deal with as it is. My soldiers can't do their job with all you civilians getting underfoot. Just because you carry a weapon doesn't mean you know how to use it. And as you can see, I already have more amateur warriors volunteering to help than I can handle. Why don't you just stand back and leave this to the professionals? Right, and I'm High King Emmerich's long-lost brother. I know what you're trying to do. You're playing a dangerous game, outsider. I hope you... Very well, I'll check with the Forge Mother. But if you've lied to me, I'll hunt you down, toss you in a cell, and throw away the key! We think there's a back entrance up the stairs near the Mages Guild. I sent soldiers to find it.
I'm so shaken.
The king sent you here to rescue the hostages, didn't he? Of course he did. That's why they recruited heroes after all, am I right? Listen, I have a plan. It's brilliant. Wanna hear it? See those hawkers behind me? Don't look. Anyway, they've been acting suspiciously. Standing around, making shifty eyes, showing odd hand gestures to passers-by. I've read enough investigative Vale books to recognize criminal behavior when I see it. You never read Investigator Vale? The book's about the brilliant scholar who travels the world and solves crimes. She doesn't use magic or weapons. Just her charm and her wits and... Look, I'll lend you a copy later, but we need to focus here. Isn't it obvious? Look at their evil demeanor, their villainous whispering. I bet if we rattle them, they'll run off and lead us right to the hostages. Watch. I'll just let loose an arrow. That should put the fear of Ifray into the survivor. Really? I mean, yes! I knew I liked you for a reason. Once the other one starts to run, don't let him out of your sight. He should lead you right to the hostages. On my mark. Stop, you! Thief! And there goes the other one! Get him!
Hey, I was walking here. Run into me again and I'll knock your teeth out.
Watch where you're going, you idiot.
I have a good mind to throw a lightning bolt at you.
Defend the temple!
Focus your intellect.
Thank Trinamak you're here. Someone has to save my fellow priests inside the temple. Please, I need your help. The priests inside the temple are at the mercy of these fanatics. Please, I think they want to kill my brothers and sisters in Trinamak. Malakath fanatics. They burst into the temple and began rounding up my fellow priests. They spat at us and shouted that we were betraying our race. They said that Chief Basrag sent them to punish us for opposing the true god of the orcs. They invoke the chief's name, saying he seeks revenge against the king and any who follow the false god. I've known Chief Basrag to be a hard man, but never a cruel man, never a murderer. What has the king done to anger him so? I see. I respect the king and all that he stands for, but his temper, it has gotten us into trouble more times than I care to remember. If it's vengeance Basrag seeks, then the king will be responsible for the deaths of the temple priests. My fellow priests were still alive when I slipped out of the temple, but the tension in the air, I'm afraid violence is inevitable. They set up patrols inside the temple, watching for Kurag and his soldiers. If one of them spots you in there, they're holding the priests captive in the rectory. If one of the torchbearers spots you and reaches the rectory, you won't be able to save them. Avoid the torchbearers at all costs, or at least strike them down before they can sound a warning. Take this key. It will unlock the temple's rear entrance. Once inside, you'll need to find the key to the rectory, where they're holding my fellow priests. The fanatic who gives the orders, their commander, he probably has the key to the rectory. May the luck of Trinimac be with you. I'll inform the guards and try to send more help your way.
Lock the priests in the rectory. As soon as Kurag arrives, we kill them all.
Priests die. You and the false king have doomed the priests.
I'm still feisty. How did you get in here? No matter. Get it. Let's learn that one.
Kurag soldiers are here! I have to warn the others!
people have arrived! Kill them all!
You were too late. Maybe the others. Maybe Solgra reached them and they're all right. Everyone's dead. Maybe there's still hope for the others. Solgra, she took them with her. Tried to hide in the back. I don't know what's happened to Solgra and the others. High Priestess Solgra and our brothers and sisters in Trinimac. The fanatics gathered us up and forced us in here. But Solgra, she isn't one to put up with such nonsense. She put a blade into one of them and ran into the back to help the others. I have the key. I'll open the door for you. Find the others, please. I don't know what Solgra planned to do, but she had that look in her eyes when the fanatics started hurting our people. Solgra and the others should be somewhere through this door.
Derivative.
I'll find a way to open the main temple doors and let the soldiers in. Good luck. Get her! Don't let her escape!
I'll die before I let you hurt the others!
Orders me down! You're going to die for that, priestess!
One! I plan to kill a dozen more.
Mora
Don't
has
leave
his
my
eyes
temple
on me.
now.
I can feel it.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine once I catch my breath. Just got the wind knocked out of me a little, that's all. Not exactly. They claimed to be devoted followers of Malakath, and said they were working for Chief Bazrag. They caught us by surprise, threatened us. Did you run into Ugus? How are he and the others faring? Don't blame yourself. You have saved lives that without your intervention would certainly have been lost. But I'm still confused as to what the attackers hope to accomplish. Why take us hostage? Why not simply kill us and be done with it? Spill the blood of innocents and blame the king for their deaths, for not being able to protect his people. What a fiendish scheme. But the king sent you in his stead. Very astute on his part. That decision may have saved many lives. We were supposed to assume they were Malakath devotees, but they didn't seem particularly religious to me. Even I don't believe Malakath would sanction a slaughter such as this. They mentioned Chief Buzrug, though. Said he gave them their orders. I've always found the chief to be noble, but it doesn't take a lot to change a person. His forts ravaged, his traditions threatened. I can see how such things could lead to this. The king and the Forge Mother must be told what happened here.
This is the last of them! Let's finish these bastards off!
Split up! I'm with you, cohort!
You're alive. Finally, something good comes out of this debacle. Too many priests died because of those fanatics. We removed their bodies, but if word of this gets out... I need to know. Did you find High Priestess Solgra? Is she safe? That is good news indeed. I will make sure that a military contingent protects this temple going forward. It will not be left undefended again. Increased patrols around the perimeter, soldiers assigned to guard the inside of the temple. The priests will not have to live in fear of another attack, not so long as my son is king. I assume you know who claimed responsibility for this? Buzrug has never agreed with Kurog. He made threats in the throne room, as I'm sure you heard. Besides, his boldness and devotion to Malakath are legendary. It appears Buzrug wishes to challenge our king. My son needs to solidify his hold on the clans. All of the chiefs must accept Kurog as their king for the betterment of the Orsimer people. If we gain support of the clans, we can stop Buzrug without inciting an all-out war. You have done enough for today. Though lives were lost, thanks to you, others were saved. Take this for your efforts, and keep your ears open. We will contact you when the king again has need of your services. Solgra, my child, come join us. Are you injured? Should I call a healer?
I am well enough, but innocent blood was spilled in the temple this day.
I grieve for your fellow priests as much as you do, but changing the Orsimer way of life brings risks we are all well aware of.
Trinimax's words. I came here to share them, not to bury my brothers and sisters in the faith.
Guess what? I have another message for you from the king.
Who
Who knows why chiefs do any of the things?
It's wonderful to see you again, my friend, but I really wish the king would find someone else to serve as a messenger. I have so many other talents that could greatly benefit Orsinium. I have no idea. Although I did hear something or other about a moot of some kind. I suppose the best way to find out is to go and see the king. In the throne room, up at the keep. Hopefully he won't be in too foul of a mood when you get there. He seemed out of sorts when I told him this was the last message I was going to deliver. Either he finds something else for me to do, or I'm leaving.
Narkagik, have you been drinking again?
I drank just the right amount.
As the clan-wise woman always said, if you don't...
Value of that! Ah!
I wasn't always a beggar.
If you change your mind, I'll be here.
Nobody followed you down here, right?
Let's do this quick.
What do you want?
Ah, my friend and ally has returned. Let's talk. I heard what you did at the temple. Your efforts no doubt saved countless lives. It pains me to learn that Chief Bozrog was involved, though. Bozrog's never agreed with my plans. He's a traditionalist, stubborn and old-fashioned to the end. His unwavering devotion to Malakath, his hatred of Trinimac, his refusal to recognize my authority. I'd say Chief Bozrog is getting desperate. Bozrog wants to start a war. Damn it all to oblivion, we'll have to stop him. He has the strength to overwhelm the lesser clans, and he's no suckling cub when it comes to fighting either. If he were to make a challenge for my throne... It's time to assemble the Great Moot. I want you to visit the clan chiefs that still haven't come around to our way of thinking. Talk some sense into them. You need to get to them before Bozrog poisons the well and turns them against me. You made an impression already, but don't worry. I'm not expecting them to come just because you asked nicely. The chiefs are stubborn, but they each have a problem that's confounding their clan. Solve their problems, and they'll attend the moot. Now you get it. Help the chiefs, and they'll be obligated to accept your invitation. I've tried to convince the chiefs of Tumnash, Morkel, and Shatul to join my kingdom. I even married a few of their daughters. We need a better solution. Tell them that you come to help in the name of King Kurog, that I'm hosting a gathering of clans, and I want the chiefs to attend. And it needs to be the clan's chief that comes to the moot. If they try to send a subordinate, I'll be highly insulted. Do whatever it takes. The chiefs must attend the moot. I trust you won't fail me. When this is over, Wrothgar will finally be forged into a united kingdom. Meet me at my corner club after you finish. All this planning has given me a powerful thirst.
Supplies are now reaching the city on a regular basis. Maybe now our basic city functions will get repaired.
Don't let the appearance.
It's pleasant when the environmental and geographic elements of a locus are so neat. Someday you'll make something surprising with that. seems a waste of time. Ew! Be sure to wash your hands.
Reekers aren't usually that much trouble. Ever met a Reeker? I hate those sneaky little bastards. My hunting party got ambushed by Reeker raiders of all things. They were organized and their leader was powerful. He used magicka. You do that? Maruk took 2 hunters and went after Zubasha and Therig. But we're all tired and not used to being out on our own. If you can kill the Reeker chief and acquire his totem, I'll be able to save face with the clan elders. Maruk's probably the strongest in our party. He took the uninjured hunters and went after the Reeker. I think they headed toward the cave in the cliffside. Yeah, maybe. This was our first time out on our own, and things didn't go as planned. I'm responsible for what happened. Dorga's death is on my shoulders. And on the Reekers. But I don't want to lose any more of my friends.
We'll make good use of these resources. Far better than those asinine Artaeum archmages.
My head. It hurts like a skinned horker. One of those Reeker hit me with a damn rock! Orgotha, always giving orders. Thinks she was the hunt wife and not her mother. I just need to clear my head. Gotta find Avreg and Jasim. Don't want to add losing them to the list of today's embarrassments. They headed toward the cave up in the cliffs the last time I saw them. Right after that Reeker got the drop on me. Should have been back by now. Maybe you can find them? I'll make my way back to camp as soon as my ears stop ringing.
We can use this.
fine until I stopped to rest. That's when I noticed that one of those damn reekers bit me. That makes two of us, but I'm more concerned about my little brother. He ran off to find our friends with only his stupid cat to help him. Look, if you could convince Jassim to get his arse out of there, I'd be grateful. Just watch out for the reekers. Yeah, raised it from a kitten and loves it all to pieces. Between you and me, my brother isn't an average orc. He's a little different. Just find Jas and the others before the reeker do something awful to them, all right? Tracked? I guess so. They weren't really trying to hide their path.
Happened to see a small golden cat run by. She's ever so obstinate and loves to explore. Sometimes I think she's a better orc than I am. You met Ovreg, did you? We look nothing alike, but he's the best brother I've ever had. I was trying to find the other hunters when Winks decided to go exploring without me. Stupid cat isn't afraid of anything. Hey, wait a moment, who are you? That's what I'm doing. But I lost track of Zubasha and Therig when Winks got away from me. And there are an awful lot of reekers in here. If you find the hunters, I'll look for Winks. Sound good to you? You want me to abandon my companions? And poor Winks? That's not how orcs do things. That's not the orc way. Besides, I may have been raised by orcs, but I'm a Khajiit. In case you haven't noticed, we're stealthy. At least, that's what I've read. Winks, where did you get to, you bad kitty? Disappear! By the first forge, I'll never get the hang of this!
Let it sit with you. Novel erudition always makes me happy.
get the hang of this stealth thing. That ogre didn't even know I was there. Hey, what's this place? It's so big. Find anything interesting? You look like the Hearth Mother whose Horker roast comes out of the oven and the nose ring she thought she lost is poking out of the gravy. So, what did you find? Can I see that? Sounds like Khajiit jewelry, but it's strange that you found it in an old orc ruin. It's just like mine. Exactly the same. And look how the bag was placed near these odd pillars. I think it's a puzzle. I love puzzles. Maybe one of my dreams is to find out where I came from. Well, and then learn that I'm part of a royal Khajiit bloodline. I'm sure these pillars are some sort of puzzle. Must be a hint around here that will help us solve it. I saw a flash. I think there's something over there. Do you think that scroll was left for me? Let me see that. Seishara. My mother's name was Seishara, and my sire was Azin. I didn't remember that. The Hearth Mother said that a hunting party found me wandering in a snowstorm, too cold even to cry. They took me back to the stronghold. They did. They've always been good to me. The Hearth Mother, my brother Avreg, Morgotha, and others. I'm an orc, even if I don't look like one. But maybe my parents were rescued. Let's look for more clues. Maybe my Khajiit families. They must have gone deeper into the ruins. Follow me! Riddle. She's playing with her child. Let's search this chamber.
Done. What's next?
Don't know who you are, but at least you're not a short, hostile reeker. I'll live. But you need to find Zubasha. The reeker chieftain dragged her off. Something bad is going to happen to her, I just know it. All right. I'll sneak out of here and make my way back to the camp. When you find the chieftain, make sure you hurt him a lot before you kill him. He won't let Zubasha go if there's a breath still in him.
Refreshing. Take it in. An opportunity for learning. Malodorous, appalling, nauseating.
Help! Is someone out there? Please help me! That Reeker chief was very improper. He kept stroking my braid. Are the others all right? I'd better go find them.
Wrothgar is the territory I'm helping. What treachery, she didn't even reward you. Oh. And they better pay for my expert services. single-handed. They should understand why payment is required, Lord. I'll do that, and if they die for it, will, as long as I got my money low. Interests can be weighed in various ways.
A divergence point!
For your investment into their endeavors, they should pay you, otherwise they will learn why it never pays to cheat, scrub. Lord Magi, scrub. I have a rep to uphold. Tempted to play a necromancer. They're great. Main is a necromancer, less minions than I had hoped for, but tanking is no sweat.
They wanna fight, do they?
Necromancer Scrub, Lord of the Undead, has a nice ring, know it. Solo is my first world boss with a soul.
mother. I think she made these puzzles so that her child, so that I could find her. Do you think they remained in these ruins, looking for me? It took a while, but I guess I did. It happened so long ago. I don't really remember her, or my people. I'm not sure how I feel about all this, but I need to find Winks. Maybe my mother left something else for me. I'll keep my eyes open as I look around. I'll look for more puzzles. And my cat. She's around here somewhere. I just know it. Oh, I forgot. Disappear! Damn it! Maybe it's another riddle. Look, that face. Do you think that's a little smiling moon? Spells. I think I was playing this game when I was very young. How can my heart hurt so much for someone I never knew? I think you're right. Making these puzzles seemed to give her some small amount of hope in a difficult situation. I still need to find my cat. I'll scout ahead and see if my mother left anything else for me. Disappear!
Taking notes on your progress, just so you're aware. Galvanize.
think I found my mother. I was a fool to think my family might still be alive. There are other Khajiit skeletons in here. I didn't think it would hurt this much. She left those silly notes and puzzles for me. She loved her son. She loved me. I'm Jasim, but I'm also Elzar. Sounds kind of funny to my Buddhist ones' ears. No, not completely. They're my family too, you know. My mother said that I have trade and travel in my blood. I might go to Orsinium. Apprentice myself to a merchant for a while. See how that feels. Yes, it is, isn't it? Maybe I'll contact someone in Mistral. Ask about Zeshara and Azin. I'd like to learn more about them. I'm going to stay here a while longer. Pay my respects, you know. Then I really have to go find my cat. Farewell, Mother. May Joan and Jode shelter you, Mother. And may Malakath guide your way. Winks! Where did you run off to, you naughty little cat? Well, I'm glad you're back.
Thanks for rescuing my sister and the other hunters. But tell me, were you able to acquire the Wreaker Chief's totem? Meeting you was the best thing that happened to us today. You have our thanks. I'll tell you though, I'm not looking forward to explaining all this to my mother the Huntwife or to our clan chief. Of course, we lost a few fine young orcs today and it was my fault. I secured permission to go out on our own. I led the hunting party. And I failed to spot the Wreaker lair. That's how they were able to get the drop on us. After I make sure we get back to the clan safely, maybe I'll go and see the new city they're building. I've heard it's quite grand. In spite of my mistakes, we got the Wreaker's totem and saved most of the hunting party. Thanks to you.
Good find, cohort.
I should have been at my husband's side. He'd still be alive, and I'd still be his hunt wife. Well, look upon my husband and weep, for his next journey is to the Ashen Forge. Perhaps a new chief will deal with Kurog's latest nonsense. Until then, leave us to our misery.
Rotten luck, Chief. Rotten luck. Don't see many new faces at Chatul Range. Our only neighbors are surly giants. Speaking of which, Chief Ogzor had a nasty encounter with a giant's club a short while ago. Best keep your voice low. We don't know how much time he has left. Dying. No amount of healing magic can fix smashed brains. Soon as he goes, Chatul is in for dark times. The clan will tear itself apart without a good contender for chief. I want to prevent that. We know which giant smashed the chief. I want to return the favor. That'll show the clan I'm a good contender, which would help keep the clan together. Thing is, I'm no tracker. Care to help me find the bastard? I have a few words to say to Chief Ogzor's mother. I'll meet you where Urkael the Cleaver's tracks begin. Don't know why we call him that. He carries a club.
sing a song about the legend of the scrub.
All right, let's find Urkale the Cleaver.
Ragnar the Red it is. Select the payday scrub.
All right, let's find Urkale the Cleaver.
I told them not to go in, but did they listen to me? No. Now they're dead. Don't go in. You'll end up dead, just like them. Every 10 years, some idiot orcs try to crack this place. They show up with a flawed plan to find riches and power. They're never heard from again. Dorand had a plan. He said we'd find riches and power. Should have known he just needed some idiot orcs. Who knows what relics and knowledge are inside an untouched Dwemer ruin? That's what Dorand said. And now he's dead like all the rest. Well, he might be alive. We got separated when we ran for our lives. But he's probably dead. Watch out for those creatures inside. They're faster than they look. If you see Canisarian, tell him to come back before he gets himself killed.
Here, lucky you.
He watches us. He controls them all. Stop him. Shut off the valves. Before...
blood pumping, right?
normal for an orc. You there! If you're exploring the ruin, perhaps you could assist me. I find these unfortunate creatures quite fascinating, and would pay for evidence as to what brought them to their current state. Someone, or something, changed these orcs. Did you notice the precise scarring and fracturing? They were brutally and methodically tortured, pulled apart, and remade to become what they are now. No. The correct question is, how? This bizarre experimentation was done with great purpose. I would know the true meaning and goal behind such techniques. Should you encounter any evidence, do return it to me, yes? Yes, good. Look for anything surgical in nature, or conducive to the manipulation of souls. Skull lathes, counter-rotating bone scalpels, odd gems, that sort of thing. Of course, any notes you find would be invaluable.
Look, I like adventuring with you, but I don't have the attention span for this. I was born without it.
Let's take a trip off the main roads. No such thing as a wasted day, so long as we go fishing.
generations of effort reduced to parts. Come then, bottlefly, trample your dung-stained feet about my workshop. We were to attain perfection. Every one of us. Tonal animus tuning is delicate work. But I had achieved its mastery. Then you brought it to ruin. You've seen the beasts? I changed them, saved them from themselves. I could have done so for us all. No, I am forever leashed to my mortal shell. Already, my perfect children grow deaf to my calls. End it, then. Close the pressure valve sustaining me, and free me from this withered cage. Then, the corpse to which you bound my soul will rot for decades. I will have no company but mindless, imperfect beasts. I will go mad, and years later, I will expire.
You aren't back with Dorand. Damn it! I wanted to be wrong! Tell me what did this to him. To all of us. If I have to write epitaphs, I want to get them right. I expected to find misery and death in this place. I didn't find it for myself, but still, it doesn't feel any better. I suppose I should thank you. If you have time, I have some questions about what happened in those ruins. That mad elf you mentioned. When you said he wasn't a threat, what exactly did you mean? Good. There are more than enough monsters in this world. About Dorand. You found him. How did he... What? Damn. You don't hold back, do you? Still, it sounds like he fought to the last. If he was an orc, I'd petition to bury him at Sorrow. He should be honored for his sacrifice. Orsinium, most likely. If all I recovered is a tale of woe and terror, I might as well use it to earn some drinks. Walk where the Etcheteers walk, my friend. Unless they have the flux. Then walk 2 paces to the right. Trust me on this.
You've returned. Did you find anything of interest? This is perfect. Far better than I'd hoped. You are quite perceptive to have picked these out from the junk. Yes, the book is the key. Once translated, everything falls into place. A grim tale. Someone attempted to bind orc souls to dwarven constructs. Even if possible, the process would destroy body and mind, to say nothing of the soul itself. It warrants further study, yes? Yes, good.
Yazara? Yazara! She's out. Listen, we both know you're the one who avenged the chief. Happy I could land a few good smacks. I'll tell Yazara when she's back. You deserve the credit. That's up to the clan. I'm only doing it because Shatul needs a chief. Can't say I enjoy staking a claim while my friend is dying in that tent. I'm not so sure I want to be chief again. Small clan. Our stronghold let Shatul camp there in the summers, in return for choicest pick of a chater. Chief Ogzor wanted to strengthen the bond by marrying away his daughter. Ashruka was to be my hunt wife, but that didn't happen. Ashruka refused to be traded like the choicest pick of a chater. She chose exile rather than marry me. A month later, raiders from the Reach wiped out my whole clan. Chief Ogzor took me in. Don't really know. Shatul tries not to talk about its exiles. Chief Ogzor forbade anyone from speaking of her. I think he blamed himself for pushing her away. After her mother died, Ashruka and her father were always at odds. It was inevitable. No, I've always respected how Ashruka held her ground, and I wasn't too keen on the match. I'd known her since she was a child, so going from Uncle Lorig to husband, we call that a Valenwood marriage. But don't let a wood orc hear you say it. Chief Ogzor's mother, Shatul's wise woman, though she hates it when we call her that. It falls to her to select the candidates for chief, and she's right over there. Yazara, look! I cut this off her Kill the Cleaver. My friend here struck the killing blow.
Impressive, Lorig. Why don't you show the others?
Sound advice, as always.
Come closer. We should speak. You avenged my son. I will not forget what you did for Shatul today, nor will the clan. If you are willing, I have need of someone so capable. If Shatul is to survive, there must be a new chief. Lorig is one contender. The other is Ulgesh. I want you to meet him. Ulgesh returned from Orsinium shortly after my son's injury. He declared himself a contender, but I'm not sure why. The boy never had brains or ambition. Serving in the Orsinium Guard was my son's suggestion. Shatul needs a chief who looks out for the clan before himself. We have no walls to hide behind, only our wits and our skill herding a chater. If Ulgesh has neither, I need to know. I sent him after Scamper, our laziest at chater. Ulgesh can explain the task. He's never been talkative, but see what you can learn as you aid each other. I'll want to speak with you when you return.
Let the research begin. Quality material makes for quality goods.
Who are you? I don't need your help. Alright, let's finish this so I can get back to the clan. Yazara asked for a snow truffle. This lazy beast can sniff it out. But it's a two-person job. I can't keep Scamper and hunt for a snow truffle. No clue. A potion, maybe? You scout ahead, find a truffle patch. Give a whistle. Scamper will sniff the patch. If there's a snow truffle, he'll dig it up. You grab it and bring it to Yazan. Scamper is fast asleep. Use your nose, Scamper. Nothing. Keep trying, Scamper. Damn. No snow truffle. Nothing in this patch. Nothing. Keep trying, Scamper. I think he found one. Scamper earned some sleep. Let's get back to Chateau. Get that snow truffle to Yazan. And thanks. I think you found it.
Did you find Olgesh? Good. Give it here. Olgesh passed my test. Scamper has always required 2 people to wrangle. For Olgesh to send you back with the snow truffle tells me he learned to master his temper. Lorig and Olgesh are the only clear contenders for chief. They must enter the Bloody Knoll and duel beneath the stern gaze of Malakath. The one who emerges shall be the new chief of Chateau. Only an orc can become chief of Chateau, or of any orc clan. I can't say it any simpler than that. I have not forgotten what you did for us. On behalf of Shatul, I name you Bloodkin. You shall always have a place among us. I already sent Lorig to the Bloody Knoll. Could you inform Olgesh he is to fight? I would do so, but I must attend to my son. Olgesh should be at his tent. And thank you for the snow truffle, Bloodkin. Sometimes the smallest favors are hardest to repay. It was my son's favorite food. His hearthwife. She has dozens of recipes. He loved them all. He won't be able to taste it. His mind, you see, there's nothing left of him. But I'll mix it into the poison so he enjoys it one last time. The poison I shall feed the husk that remains of his body. No, it is me, murdering my own son. Shatul must survive. Before a new chief is chosen, the old chief must die. By the time Lorig and Olgesh reach the Bloody Knoll, the poison will finish its work. Malakath will take no offense. I doubt that. An orc of Shatul would truly understand. You are neither. Yet you are bloodkin to our clan, and your words give me the strength to do what must be done. Shatul must survive.
Over here. We need to talk. You looked different from inside Olgesh's helmet. What? What did you know? Yes, you're right. How did you know it was me? I see. You seem to know much about me, Snow Truffle. But not everything. A merchant friend keeps me informed of Shatul. When she brought word of my father's injuries, I had to return and contend for chief. Shatul must survive. Have you been to Orsinium? The king hammers away at traditions which keep orcs locked in squalid strongholds. He tempers us, forges us into something new, something better. I will become chief of Shatul, and in a decade, it will become tradition. Some won't. They may challenge me, and I'll have to kill them. But when any other clan clucks about the Code of Malakath, Shatul will band together as we always do. We'll triple their rate on Echater, a built-in blood price for the disrespect. I think we'll get rich off the Malakath zealots. That will make the king happy. And if he asks me to be his chief wife, I'll decline. But I'll offer him the chance to be my king husband. Now I head to the Bloody Knoll. There I will kill Lorig and become chief of Shatul. For this to work, my grandmother must know my intentions. Inform her, and I swear upon my mother's memory, I will repay the favor when I am chief. Gladly. Tell her the truth. I don't care if she approves. She will need to prepare the clan for my success. If Malakath disapproves, he can strike me down in the Bloody Knoll. But Shatul must survive. Go. There's little time.
My son. Chief Ogzor is dead. Lorig waits at the Bloody Knoll. Is Olgesh on his way?
What?
Ushruka was exiled from Shatul. I would never allow her to contend for chief. That foolish girl. We're a traditional clan. Shatul will never accept an exiled woman as chief. Had she become Larig's hunt wife as my son wanted, Shatul would have stayed for the wedding. We would have been there when the Reach attacked Larig's clan. Her selfishness led to their destruction. Take this ritual blade. It is flawed at its core, just like Lorig and Ushruka. Replace the blade of the weakest contender. When the blade fails, the weakest contender will most assuredly die. If she go, there is little time. Malakath favor the victor.
Old Huring's been spreading tales of how you defeated Malana. Very impressive.
Ashruka? You have to go. If Ulgesh sees you, he'll kill you.
Ulgesh is in Orsinium. He sold me his armor before I came to Shatul.
No. What have you done?
Shatul must survive. Don't hold back, Lorig.
Malakath favor the victor.
Goodbye, Uncle Lorig.
You've returned. Who is the new chief of Shatul? I see. I convinced our clan that Ushruka's victory would test our faith in Malakath's favor. They'll accept her. For now. If she allows it, I shall advise her. She'll need all the help she can get. You alone emerged from the Bloody Knoll. Did you pray to Malakath for your victory?
I needed no prayers, only my strength.
Then go forth, my chief, and receive your clan. Shatul, I present your new chief.
Know this, my clan. A new era begins today. The era of the Orc. At King Kurog's side, we shall lead Tamriel to greatness! I know the cheers won't last. I'll need to guard against challengers from all sides, to be twice the chief my father was. But for now, this feels good. This feels right. Of course you do. I don't know if I can attend the moot myself. I should stay here until the clan gets used to the idea of me as chief. But you can tell the king that Shatul supports him absolutely.
This is not justice. So now we have a new chief. Everyone is ready to forget Chief Ogzor, to ignore his murder. Urkael the Cleaver robbed me of my husband's mind, but Glagosh is to blame. She secretly worships Boethia, the Daedric Prince of Murder. Her prayers brought about Chief Ogzor's death. I haven't found the proof. I am no longer Hearthwife of Shatul. My husband's life was stolen from me by his Huntwife, my own clan sister. I want justice. Try the Giants' camp where Chief Ogzor fell, or Lugbag. Ask what he heard the night before the attack. And search Glagosh's tent. Confront her with anything you find. I want to know what she has to say for herself. I don't know. Poison, ritual sacrifice, time when she slipped away from the clan. Anything that connects her to Boethia.
You're the one who helped Scamper find the snow truffle. Everyone calls him lazy, but they just don't know how to motivate him. It's nothing. Well, Stubbs went missing that night. When I caught her out in the snow, I heard someone singing. It sounded like Glagosh, but I didn't stay to listen. If the chief's Huntwife wants to sing alone at night, that's her business.
Feeling hostility.
I should have been at my husband's side. He'd still be alive, and I'd still be his hunt wife. Oh? About what? We're a clan that travels the range. It gets boring at night. Sometimes we sing to keep up our spirits. Oh, that. I wasn't singing. I was chanting. I was out hunting when I nearly stumbled into a mammoth. They have poor night vision. If you chant the way the giants do, sometimes you can fool them into thinking you're not a threat. That's my hunting blade. Chief Ogzor must have grabbed it on his way to the giant camp. Careful how you handle it. The blade has a paralyzing poison on the edge. His sword jangles. Lots of little buckles on the scabbard. But mine is quieter than a thief. I bet he didn't want to wake me the morning he was injured. Damned fool, trying to prove himself. Didn't want his hunt wife along to fight the giant. You rummaged through my tent? If you weren't bloodkin, I could gut you for that. Not that my things are your business, but it's a book of battle poetry. I read them occasionally. It's what they preach in Arsinium, isn't it? Always wise to keep in touch with the king's politics. Better to know the old myths than sound like a bumpkin. Well, I don't. What is the point of your questions? Yeah. The poor girl is still young. She can't accept that our husband fell in fair combat. There is no conspiracy. Just a good man who fell before his time. Tell her that.
So, what did you find? What did she have to say for herself? I knew it. Her hands are red with my husband's blood. Well, I don't know why he would, but you're right. His own blade was still in the tent. That means nothing. She's still a Boethia cultist. I'm sure of it. What does Glagosh care about Orsinian politics? The book proves her guilt. What about Lugbag? He heard something the night before my husband was struck down. You see, a cultist chants to her Daedric prince, just like the stories. I bet she was cavorting in the moonlight. Perhaps she was chanting to ensorcel Urkale the Cleaver. We've all seen her do that before. Of course she would say that. Followers of Boethia live only to deceive. It was Boethia worship, no matter what she says. Chief Ogzor deserves justice. Something must be done about Glagosh. This is enough evidence for me to demand a blood price from Glagosh. You're right. I was just so angry. If she had been there beside him, he'd still be alive. We'd still be a family. I'll speak with Glagosh. We both lost someone important to us.
Another chance at perfection.
That was intellectually stimulating.
I'm taking notes on your progress, just so you're aware. Galvanizing.
Not a young man. Hostilities ended. Now to relax. Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
We can use this.
Planning to improve your equipment while you're here?
Smart.
Yeah! Yeah!
The city is simply beautiful. It seems the king will leave a lasting legacy after.
I smell something intriguing, something interesting. Wait, no. Don't tell me. It smells like a dead bird. A bird curse. Very unusual, very rare. But I have read about hag-ravens inflicting such curses on innocent people. Hag-ravens can be cruel and uncaring creatures. What a shame about the poor people that were transformed. Reverse the curse? What an intriguing concept. I don't know. There may be a way. There's a book around here somewhere that refers to such things. But breaking a curse requires specific ingredients. Would you be willing to obtain such items? Oh, just a few items related to the curse. Let me think. Ah, yes! A potion of feather plucking. I know Tellarnell has one. And an ancient wing bone. I saw one at Rosna's stall. Oh, almost forgot. A frozen egg. Nednor always has one lying around. Go on now. Hurry, hurry. Retrieve the potion and the wing bone. Oh, and the egg, of course. Mustn't forget the egg. I'll be upstairs researching the ritual. We'll conduct it up there when you return.
My potions are more mundane, best used to help around a farm or a homestead. You'd be surprised how many clan wives come by on a regular basis. If you want something more suited to an adventuring life, you'll need to talk to Hydalian. Well, now that's one of my most popular elixirs. You'd be amazed how many of those I sell to the clan hearthwives on a regular basis. I'm afraid I'm down to my last one until the next batch is ready. For that reason, it's going to cost you dearly. Dichi New? From the Mages Guild? Oh, I haven't seen her since that time we... Oh, well, never mind about that. Still, my potions are made with quality ingredients. Very expensive. Now, let's not be too hasty. Take this and present it to the lovely Dichinu with my compliments. And let her know that I'm free next Freydis. I have a bottle of gossamer tawny port I've been saving, and I can't think of a more special occasion.
Eggs. Beautiful, glorious eggs. Get your eggs right here. Scramble them, fry them hard, boil them. You can even throw them at people when they annoy you. You can't do that with a tomato. Well, I guess you could, but an egg works so much better. Dichi knew. I haven't seen her since we... Well, never mind about that. She does love my frozen eggs, though. I'll bury them in the snow near Chateau Ranch. Freezes them so solid they won't thaw in less than a week. She can't get enough of them. It's for Dichi New, right? No charge. Just tell that lusty Argonian that I want to see her on Loridas. She can repay my generosity with a little generosity of her own. And she'll know exactly what I mean.
Not that many farms in Wrothgar, so most of my stock comes from hunters and gatherers. But what I lack...
Everything is coming up, Shumish. I carry only the rarest items from the ancient deserts of Alakir. Are you a collector of rare antiquities? If not, then I fear that my wares will be of little interest to you. Have a nice day. Tava smiles in your general direction today, friend, for I do indeed have many ancient bones to choose from. This wing bone, for example, comes from a bird that hasn't been seen alive since the Merethic era. May I ask why such a thing interests you? The lovely Dichinu sent you? How intriguing. But as much as I enjoy the fair Argonian's company, I would hate to see such a rare and beautiful item destroyed. Perhaps we should just tell her I wasn't able to help you today, Wayfarer. You would do such a thing? How despicable of you! But I would never do anything to alienate the beautiful Dichinu. Take the wing bone and give it to her with my deepest regards. And remind her that I look forward to our rendezvous on Tortoise. Caught me at a busy time.
This one keeps your sleekest possessions safe and sound. You're
soul cloud items too if you want.
Arrival, anticipation.
You've returned. How wonderful to see you again. Tell me, were you successful? Did you acquire the items I asked for? Did you get the frozen egg? Excellent. Then we're almost ready to begin the ritual. I just need a moment with this delicious frozen egg. Then we can proceed to remove the curse when you say the word. Frozen egg. So crunchy, so delicious. Now, let's perform the ritual. Let's see. We put the totem and the ancient wing bone in the pot. Then we add the potion. Stand back now. Here comes the good part. Perfect. Just like the book described. I believe the curse has been reversed. Frozen eggs, so crunchy and cold. Yum. And I'm certain that the ritual was a success. The Hag Raven's curse has been reversed. Another satisfying affair, if I do say so myself. Oh, almost certainly. I'm sure that dozens of naked people just fell out of trees somewhere in the wilderness. They're probably cold, though. Maybe I should have omitted the potion of feather plucking. Left them with something to keep them warm.
Mora has his eyes on you. I can feel it.
Breathtaking architecture here. Amazing.